You know what, folks? Let's do a spoiler review on Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. I just saw this a couple hours ago, and I just thought, you know what? I was kind of thinking, should I review this? Should I not? Let's review it, okay? So, at the beginning of Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, we meet a young man, or a young boy, who finds the game washed up on a beach. It is 1 year after the ending of the first Jumanji, so 1996. He returns home, he sets the board game on the floor, and he decides to play his Nintendo. Well, as he's playing the Nintendo, for some reason, the board game magically transforms into a Nintendo plug game. You know those old Nintendo plugs where you had just plug in the game and like an 8-track tape and just watch it and play it. Well, as he's playing the board game, just like in the original, sucked into the game. And 20 years later, a group of kids, while they're in detention, find the same game and they play it. Well, they get sucked into the game too. And here's what I actually liked about it. One of the reasons why I liked it is because in the first one, we kind of wondered, what was Jumanji like? Was it a dark jungle, a scary jungle? Well, it was all up to our imagination thanks to Robin Williams. And, well, after some scenes in the original Jumanji, we kind of had a feeling what Jumanji looked like. Well, it's a big jungle. Hence the title, Welcome to the Jungle. I think the title speaks for the audience, because the audience is pulled into Jumanji along with the characters. We get to see what was inside the game. What did Alan Parrish see? What did Robin Williams' character see? This is our answer. And when our high school characters, when they get sucked into the game, they become the characters that they were playing, or that they intended to play. And sure enough, that's when we meet our main actors. A nerdy kid is turned into Rock Johnson. A sports jock is turned into Kevin Hart. A shy nerd girl is turned into Karen Gillan. And finally, a social media addicted teenager, a hot girl, is transformed into Jack Black. Now, this is the main reason why I enjoyed it, because all of these actors were not their typical typecasting. Well, man, yes, Rock Johnson was typecast as the almighty, powerful, strong, cool, tough guy, but he wasn't just playing that type of character. He was also playing a nerd trapped in he was playing a nerd trapped in Rock Johnson's body. Jack Black plays a social media addict, a girl trapped in his body. And Kevin Hart is always the best at everything he does. Karen Gillan, well, you don't hear much about Karen Gillan, actually. I never really saw much movies she was in, except Doctor Who, the Doctor Who series. Anyway, seeing all of these actors playing teenagers trapped in grown bodies was hilarious. It was actually so funny. Me and my friend were laughing so hard, we actually had to pause it and laugh. We'd have to play it once we were done laughing. That's how hilarious this is. And that's the main reason why I actually love this film. Because if you can get a comedy film that makes me laugh so hard to the point where I have to pause it in order to pause it and laugh until I stop laughing, then that is awesome. That is a comedy movie done right. So while they're in the game, they just have to solve a puzzle, just like the Uncharted video game franchise. And I think, you know what? I actually have a feeling they took a little bit of Uncharted inspiration or Tomb Raider inspiration to make this film. And I actually think this was a sequel done well, because just like they did in Toy Story 2, the plot was pushed further. More characters, new characters, likable characters were introduced, and that's another great thing. If characters are made for you to like, then you're golden. If there's a comedy film that any of us need right now, it is this one. If you are having a bad day during these dark times, watch Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. It is currently on Netflix. If you have a library account, if libraries are still open where you are, rent it, watch it, and tell me what you think about it, because I guarantee you're going to have a great time. Oh yes, and the rating, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to watch this again, over and over again. You will not get tired of these jokes. 10 out of 10 film cameras.